Hello everyone, my name is Haley Barbaritz and I'm a graduate student at Western Carolina University, and today I will be doing a Make It Better video review reviewing Phorm's Phormula 1 whey protein isolate. So with my background, I am a personal trainer. I'm also a CrossFit trainer and a national level Olympic lifter. So in my time, I've had a lot of different proteins, and this happens to be my favorite one. So I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you about some negative features about it that I do not like, but there are some things that set this protein apart and why I chose this over the other ones that I've tried in the past. So this is Phormula 1 Vanilla Milkshake. I do think this is one of the better tasting proteins that I've had. Most, whenever you combine it with water, it's pretty watered down, it's bland, but I actually really enjoy drinking this. It has 32 servings in this container, so serving being one scoop that you would mix with water or milk, depending on how many calories that you're trying to watch. And it is $55. So 55 divided by 32 servings, that's about $1.72 per scoop. If you know about proteins, that's pretty expensive. It's only available for purchase on firstphorm.com, so it's not sold by Amazon, it's not sold by Kroger, only available on their website. This is a whey protein that is isolated and hydrolyzed. So what that basically means is that the isolate part, they've tried to eliminate as many carbs and fats as they are able to. So the nutrient content, this has 20 grams of protein in it, 1 gram of fat, and has 4 grams of carbs, including 1 gram of sugar. That's not bad from my background with personal training. That's pretty good for a protein. Some have more carbs than this, which can be helpful. But if you're tracking your macros, this is pretty low for carbs and your fats. So getting a lot of protein out of this. The hydrolyzed factor, so this is a powdery substance, if you can see here inside. So it has been dried out, but whenever it's been dried out, it has been done so at low temperatures. So these low temperatures mean that it hasn't been exposed to high temperatures, of course, and no added chemicals. So without adding these chemicals that normal proteins have, it eliminates the ability to have gas and be bloated, which I can vouch for it that this has been one of the better proteins with not having gas or bloating or feeling full afterwards. So this is a post-recovery protein or post-workout protein. So after you finish your workout, you should take this immediately. This isn't so much of a protein that should be used. You hear of protein shakes that are used as meal replacements. This is not necessarily a meal replacement protein. So those other ones are going to make you feel more full. They're also probably going to have more grams of carbs within them. So high protein, low carbs in this. It's also been broken down into smaller protein fractions, which that gives it the ability to reach your muscles faster. So during the process of drinking protein, well, let's start with a workout first. So you work out and you're basically depleting your glycogen storage that's in your muscles. So you're using up your energy. When you go to drink this protein, you drink it, and then the proteins are then converted into glucose, which then goes into glycogen storage. So because these are in smaller protein fractions, they're able to reach your muscles faster, which means that that process is going to go a little bit faster since you don't have to separate so many carbs from the protein. And when that happens, you are able to recover faster, and then the next day you are going to be able to hit your workout without that excess soreness. So that's what it means when it's isolated. And like I said, this is primarily just used for post-workout, but if needed, so whenever I talked about tracking macros earlier, if someone needed more protein added into their daily protein goals, they would be able to take this as well. This would add to their protein content for the macro diet. Now, there is another protein that's very similar that I have here, and I actually have tried this one. This one I do feel more bloated on, which is why I typically don't use it unless I run out of this one. This is also a whey isolate protein. This is from Integrated Supplements, but it's very similar in the content. So as I said, both of these have 1 gram of fat in them. They both have 20 grams of protein. However, there are 5 carbs in this one and 3 grams of sugar. So when you're dieting, you want minimal sugar as possible. This only has 2 grams more, so that's less than 20 burpees that you'd have to do to burn that excess sugar off. So it's not too bad. But being that First Phorm brands itself with being into smaller protein fractions and reaching your muscles faster, that appeals more to the people who are looking more towards performance. So this one would also be a good protein, but it doesn't brand itself very well to people who are more serious about their training. And whenever proteins are being made, it's in there's a lot of darkness to it. So you're not really being told how it's made, what else is added in it. Also supplements, so this would be considered a supplement. Proteins in general would be considered a supplement, as well as like fish oils and pre-workout. FDA does not regulate, well, it regulates it, but it doesn't approve these certain products. Now, with First Phorm, it has been investigated by the FDA, and it was not pulled from the shelves, which there are no such shelves because it's only available for purchase on firstphorm.com. But it basically passed the FDA's inspection. Okay, so it's not FDA approved, but it has been reviewed and was not pulled from sales. So that's what kind of gives this an added bonus as well. So I don't want to brand this as exactly safe because of the darkness that surrounds the supplement industry, but it wasn't pulled from shelves, so it's not necessarily dangerous to health seen by the FDA. In the future, the FDA may explore more supplements and deem them as okay. The FDA hasn't really inspected a lot in the supplement industry, so First Phorm is one of the very few that has been looked into. If the FDA did that more often, then people might be more likely to buy a cheaper protein. As well, whenever talking about this protein, this is $25 available at Target, Kroger, Amazon. It's fairly common in stores. It's $25, but it only has 28 servings, but that averages out to 89 cents per scoop. So you've got 172 per scoop and you have 89 cents per scoop. So basically you just have to assess what your needs are. Not that normal proteins aren't going to give you the performance that you want, but this one tends to create more gasiness. It does have a couple more grams of sugar. So in turn, I'm gonna pay the extra almost $1 for this because it doesn't create that gassiness for me, and it's also creates better recovery time, as I have seen whenever I'm trying to perform at an intense level the next day. So the value is usually worth it for people that have researched and are very serious about their performance. The $55 versus $25 available at Kroger and Amazon are pretty well worth the while. But in turn, if you are just going to the store to get a normal protein, the price might deter you from getting First Phorms, as well as having to pay for the shipping. So that's my video review on First Phorm's Phormula 1 Vanilla Milkshake. Thank you for taking the time, and I'll see you next time.